Meech is a charming and ambitious Detroit legend in the making, who becomes the face of the drug trading operation. Meech grew up in a very religious home, alongside his brother Terry and sister Nicole, but that didn't keep him out of trouble. During his adolescence, Meech began dealing for Pat at the Rock House, telling his parents that he had started working at Wendy's to account for his money and time outside the house. After learning the truth about Meech's income, Terry sought to join him. Initially reluctant, Meech welcomed Terry along. Meech and Terry arrange a meeting with 12th Street at Cobo Arena to discuss the 50 boys moving into their territory. JMO warns them to fall back or else there will be war, and when Terry pulls a gun as a show of force, Meech rethinks his stance and decides to give them the area near the funeral home. Meech and T return home, where Meech confronts his younger brother for pulling a gun during a meeting and instructs him to get rid of it before joining their parents for dinner. After being advised by Pat to make a move against 12th Street as a show of force, Meech moves his crew near the rec center, which just so happens to be I-12th Street territory. Meech returns home to find his mother and father sitting in the living room with T's gun, which they've assumed belongs to Meech. Charles kicks Meech out the house, as he willfully takes on the blame and reveals to his father that their house is in foreclosure, which Meech could help with, but Charles refuses to accept it. Meech would be in a relationship with Monique and also have a child. Lamar would step in thinking he's her dad when he's not. Meech and Lamar would go at each other. Meech and Terry would soon begin to expand, selling 50 bags of coke. Terry would connect Meech to another plug to get work from, and also they would drift away from Pat. Kato would be soon exposed to be working with Lamar, which means Mickey would end up killing her even though they had a relationship. At the end of season 1, Meech would be introduced to Big L, and that would start the business from on then. Terry decides to quit out the game, leaving Meech by himself. Season 2, Meech would meet up with K9 and they would start business. Lamar would end up still alive and still after Meech. Meech would then get shot by Lamar and ended up in the hospital. He would go to Atlanta to meet up with Ty Washington and do business with Goldie due to the drought in Detroit. Meech would then find out Mickey is cooperating with Detective Bryant and he would cut ties with him. Meech would then meet with the Colombians, putting him back on with work.